The San Antonio Spurs, in my opinion, are the scariest team right now in the NBA. They are the dark horse in the NBA. I'm not saying they're going to win an NBA championship, but all the good teams in the Western Conference should be scared of the San Antonio Spurs and what they could do to them in the NBA playoffs. So before we start today's video, which we will be talking about how the San Antonio Spurs have become the dark horse of the NBA, I want to hear your comments down below. If you're a Spurs fan, if you're an NBA fan, what do you think of the San Antonio Spurs and what do you expect from them this NBA season? Like, what you've seen so far and what do you expect for the rest of the year? So before we start today's video, let's hear those and like and subscribe. Let's go. DeMar DeRozan's revitalization as a playmaker from the power forward position has reinserted him into the All-Star discussion for the first time since the last of his 4 appearances in 2018. After he was taken 29th pick in the 2019 draft, Keldon Johnson is now a starter, averaging more than 14 points and 7 rebounds a night, while standing only about 6'5", 6'6", if you want to be nice. Dejounte Murray doesn't have the star power of the former, nor has he risen from similar depths as the latter. But the former Washington guard continues to rack up impressive performances that, when pieced together, comprise one of the NBA's most under-the-radar breakout seasons. Murray managed to do all this while just playing amazing. Like last night against the Warriors, he had a career-high 8 steals, and that beats his previous career best of 7 steals and sets the league-wide highest mark for steals in a game so far this season. And I'm excited for Derek White to really get back into the swing of things. And he's shown flashes here and there in the games he's been back. And to his credit, while shooting terribly and none of his shots hitting, Derek White is still finding ways to impact the game. He dished out the other night 3 assists, got a steal, and made many more important defensive plays that just don't show up on the box score. And there was one play he combined with Dejounte Murray to snuff out what seemed like a promising fast break from the Golden State Warriors, and then them sharing the floor and being so in sync on a key defensive moment was just a nice reminder to me and for this team that Dejounte Murray, Derek White we got to be patient, because when Derek White gets back together, he's going to look good and this team's going to look good. Because I keep having this dream of Derek White, Dejounte Murray, Lonnie Walker the 4, Keldon Johnson, and DeMar DeRozan, all just taking turns, being in a rotation. Whenever one comes off the floor, the other one comes, and there's no like separation of talent. The team keeps going 110 because they're all key hogs in this vital machine. And the man I really want to talk about is Devin Vassell. Is so good and so good at the thing that every time he's on the court, good things happen to him. Every time he's on the court, he rarely makes a mistake. He's always in the right spot and always there at the right time. And I trust him to make the right play as much as anyone else on the Spurs. He's that good, and he's just a rookie. He pulled down a few rebounds every night, and he'll use his length and athleticism to the best of his ability to pluck the ball right away from the opposing team. And he got involved on the defensive end and is always active. And he usually hits all his shots pretty efficiently, either from deep, mid-range, or if he's attacking the basket. And he's clearly going to be one of the best players on the Spurs in a short order. And he's thrived in almost every situation he's been in and continues to demand more playing time from the Spurs coaches. But the question is, will he get it? For the Spurs, those high-pressure movements at the end of the game belong to the veterans and players who've proven they belong there. And Devin Vassell isn't there yet. No matter how much fans want him to be there, Greg Popovich isn't going to put him there yet. Maybe at the end of the season or maybe next year. But the elephant in the room is the Spurs are better with LaMarcus, and it's starting to get harder to ignore. And I'm kind of confused on how to handle this, because I love LaMarcus Aldridge, and when I squint really hard, I feel like I can see how he can be an effective member of this team, but the numbers are just brutal. I don't know if you guys have seen the numbers, but LaMarcus Aldridge, his true shooting this year is 54%, which sounds all right, but when you look at the numbers actually for LaMarcus Aldridge, they're not pretty. This man is shooting, yes, 47% from the floor and 35% from 3 on about 5 3-pointers a game. But yeah, his rim protection, he's just slow, sluggish. Like, he seems like a guy who would be good for a championship team and not this high-powered transition-fueled team that the Spurs have become now. He's a Spurs player of the past. And with that being said, I think this team is a team that could definitely be the 4th seed or the 5th seed in the Western Conference, without a doubt. And it comes down to, obviously I said that now, point forward, DeMar DeRozan playing the power forward position. And Jakob Poeltl's a man who doesn't get enough credit. I love Jakob Poeltl. Jakob Poeltl is a beast. And he's a man who just eats and eats and you don't see it statistically, but he's a guy who protects the rim, and he does it at a very high level. Yes, he only has 1.3 blocks per game. And you could say Drew Eubanks is the Kroger version of Jokic Poeltl. So they should get rid of Jokic Poeltl, which I don't think. Jokic Poeltl, yeah, he's not the best three-point shooter, shooting 27%. He hasn't even shoot. I was just looking at Derek White. But Jokic Poeltl doesn't shoot threes, nor does Drew Eubanks. But they bring that rebounding. They'll get you about 6 or 7 rebounds a night. Obviously, Eubanks doesn't do that, but Poeltl will get you 7, 8 rebounds. He'll get you a block, maybe a steal, and he's just a very efficient guy who doesn't make many mistakes. And obviously, he's not the best center the Spurs have ever had, but he's really good right now for the stopgap until they find their center of the future. Rudy Gay might be having his last year here in San Antonio, which is fine. Rudy Gay is still giving you 37% from 3, which is awesome. But mainly this team now, I really wish they would play this lineup more, and I wish Lonnie Walker would also get more minutes, which is a combination of, I like the center position being Jokic Poeltl, DeMar DeRozan at the power forward position, Keldon Johnson at the small forward position, and you can either put Lonnie Walker or Dejounte Murray. I know Dejounte Murray's kind of a point guard, but when Derek White, if they start Derek White and Dejounte Murray's best numbers are when Derek White's at the point guard position and Dejounte Murray's at the shooting guard position. While if they start Dejounte Murray at the point guard position, I would love to see Lonnie Walker be the starting shooting guard with Derek White as the point guard off the bench with Devin Vassell, Trey Lyles, and Drew Eubanks if you keep playing. I've been seeing a lot of Luka Semenka. Someone tell me how to pronounce that name properly down below, because I hate when I butcher the names, but I would love to hear that properly said down below, of course. Though, yeah, I think this team is a team that could really, really frighten the NBA's Webster Conference. Because if you look at the thing, first off, the Warriors are probably going to be the 8th seed. But the Spurs, and they're on a win streak. The Suns are another team that I think that are in the same category as the Spurs, that they could surprise a lot of people. But do I think the Spurs are a tier behind the Jazz, Lakers, and Clippers? Yes, which is respectable. But I think they're in front of the Trailblazers, Kings. They're on the same level as the Nuggets. Warriors, they're better than the Pelicans, they're better than the Grizzlies, better than the Rockets, and I think the only person that could really, the Suns and the Nuggets are on the same level as Spurs. I think the Spurs are the same level as the Nuggets, and the Nuggets made the Western Conference Finals last year. So that's it from me today, guys. I hope you guys did enjoy this video. Hit that like and subscribe button. I just want to say thank you so much for the channel support. I really, really love it. It's so awesome to see you guys commenting, subscribing, liking. Channel's growing. It's so awesome. I'm going to go get baked. I'm about to rip some dabs. I'm going to get high. All right, that was the video, guys. I hope you guys do have a great day, because I know I will. Till next time, guys. Peace out.